Hey guys, it's Anunnaki here, and I want to bring you a quick little video just to talk about what JP is getting for the Tanabana banner. Um, and one of the first few new things that they're actually getting, well, the main reason for this video is this guy right here. It's the Extreme TEQ Super Saiyan 3 Broly is finally getting, well, his EZA, which is he's the first 120% lead that's going to get his EZA. And honestly, how can I say, right now people argue that he's the worst, one of the worst units in the game, but when people use him and try to prove that point, they still prove that he still hits obviously big numbers for him being released in 2017, so 3 years ago. And it's taken him 3 years to get his EZA, right? Because he's going to get it on the 9th of July. And just to go over what he does, it's like I say, he's a 120% lead, but for extreme tech classes, and he's a super tech lead as well, but it's only key +1 and HP attack and defense plus 50% all across the board. Then the super attack, Gigantic Omega, causes immense damage to enemy and greatly lowers defense. So I think that's like 50% for 3 turns. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm assuming that probably for his EZA for July 9th, this immense damage might hopefully go to colossal damage and greatly lowers his defense. Well, enemy's defense, and hopefully, because one of his biggest drawbacks is just that he loses his defense when he super attacks. Well, with his passive skill, technically, he loses that. So hopefully they'll let him stack defense for like 5 turns or whatever the case is, right? And then his passive skill, Overflowing Power, which is gives him attack plus 100% right off the bat, and then attack plus 12% and defense minus 10% per key speed obtained. Unless they make him into like a nuker and they reduce, knowing these guys, they might not even change this, or if they do, they might go instead of 10%, it'll be 5%. And hopefully, if they do that, you'll be able to increase his defense with his super attack. But if they decide to switch it up, if we're lucky, they'll go plus 5% with defense or plus 10% as well for every key speed obtained. And also, hopefully, they'll make him into an orb changer since he's technically a nuker. And I mean, I don't know. Me in general, I think Broly's always been someone that's angry, right? So they should probably put him in Explosion of Anger, if not now, later, right? But I mean, that's just kind of my little 2 cents about what they should give him as a unit. But I don't know, knowing these guys, they might not, and the reason I bring that they might not even change this minus 10% is just because of this guy, Wrath of the Absolute Gods of Fusion Zamasu. So before his EZA, his passive was attack plus 120% and attack minus 10% for superclass allies. So for Realm of Gods, Future, Patara, Time Travelers, and I guess Last Resort, well, pretty much all of these, if you have any superclass ally on your team, they're gonna lose 10% attack. I mean, depending if the unit's really good, then it might not really make too much of a difference. But for like units, like some support units, what's a good example? Like my normal, the Goasu and Zamasu, it's like their support, and they're supposed to be defensive support units, and they don't always do big numbers, right? So this will make them even crappier in that damage dealing department. But another, just kind of switching it up from that little subject, another 2 units that are actually getting EZAs as well are DYSPO and Toppo, God of Destruction, in his God of Destruction mode. And as we all know, he's good at dodging. He's good at dodging, but his best feature is that he could keep stacking his attack infinitely via his passive skill, not his super attack effect. But I mean, even then, his super attack effect still increases his attack for 6 turns while causing supreme damage. So this might be they might change this to immense damage. I'm assuming that's more, right, than supreme damage. And if we're lucky enough, they'll give him like a 50% chance to evade enemy super attack. Well, he has a 60% right now. At the start of turn, he'll get a max of 60%. So maybe if they increase it to like 77% or something like that, right? I mean, they have no reason to do that specific 77. So I mean, they could do 70%. Even that 10 extra percent helps to do this. But I mean, also, yeah, I guess defense. This is something DYSPO would need, just because when he would get tapped either with a super attack or normal attack, because he has no defense, he'll still be a weak link, right? And moving on to Toppo, I mean, the best thing I guess they could do for him is if they give him like a special pose category lead, or maybe DYSPO could be a, a special pose sub lead, or he'll just be like AGL plus 190 all across the board, right? I mean 190, 90 or 100, and key plus 3. And for Toppo, same thing. It'll be key plus 3 and like, well, it'll be all types. Key plus 3 and HP and attack and defense plus 100% all across the board, right? Causes supreme damage to enemy and raises allies attack by 35 for 3 turns. So they might change this to 30 or 35. They'll probably keep it at 1 turn. We'll be lucky if they push it to 2 turns. And this will be also immense damage, right? Possibly. And his passive skill, power from confirmed resolution, all allies attack and defense plus 35%. So they might push this up to 40. If we're very lucky, he'll be like 50% for Realm of Gods, and all enemies defense minus 50%. So they might keep this at 50%, or they might push it up to like 60, 65. I mean, overall, he's still a good unit right now, but they could give him. I mean, if you notice, just for any and every unit suggestion that I give, I always want more defense, just because defense at the end of the day helps you beat the big missions, right? Even if it's like like defense that you get right there and then, or defense that accumulates every single turn that passes, whether it's just normal passive skill or super attack defense stacking. At the end of the day, defense is king, right? Especially for the longer events like LGE or the infinite history events. The more defense you get, and the more like same color of orbs you'll get, you'll increase your life a lot more. So obviously, you know, if you're doing no item runs, that helps a lot. Let's see. And more than likely, they'll just increase everything by like 3,000 all across the board, or 4,000. But more than likely 3,000 or less points all across the board for all of these guys. Maybe, let me see. He's already high enough, so they might only do like 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. They just have to like give him defensive stacking abilities, right? Let's see. And then another thing I noticed kind of going through the feeds of Reddit earlier today is that for these guys, the new LR Goku and Vegeta that are gonna drop on JP, they switched their category names, so now it's called Desperate Struggle instead of All Out. I guess a lot of people were kind of like complaining about All Out being a stupid name for it, just that it's like it's the same thing as Full Power, just like weaker characters, I guess. I don't know how someone put it online. If you haven't checked it out already, though, go check out my YouTube channel. Which, you know, help me out, push this up to 50 if anything, right? And so this is just kind of like a little side note, a little sidebar I wanted to bring up, that I thought it was pretty funny that they switched the category name for these guys to Desperate Struggle instead. And I just want to see what units they had on it. And I mean, surprisingly, I'm happy with the roster that they have, just because I mean, obviously AGL Gohan's still like at least top 10. These guys are like top 15, top 20 if anything. This guy's kind of down there probably until he gets to EZA. He'll get better. Same thing with him. I mean, he's still good. He seals super attacks, right? Whenever he gets his EZA as well, he's still not bad. I think these guys have EZAs, or at least he does. He's really good. He's good still. He's not bad. He's still good. Super Saiyan Team, Future Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan. Oh my God, Future Teen Gohan. There it is. And then Kaioken Goku, and then this guy who's also just got a EZA on JP. Um, he has an EZA everywhere. I mean, so far, I mean, it's not bad, right? It's like decent units, but we'll still have more time to add. Oh, not us, but Akatsuki, whenever they decide to make this specific category better. But I mean, the whole main point of the video, like I said, guys, was just to show you guys or talk about the new EZA for God Toppo, DYSPO, and Super Saiyan 3 Broly. And what I would be hoping, I guess, would be some suggestions for them to add onto the units whenever they come out. But obviously he's gonna come out the 19th. I think these guys are the 20th, 16th as well. So 2 weeks and we'll find out exactly what they're gonna do. But this guy is the one that I'm really kind of waiting for, just because he is still relevant. He's still used by a lot of Dokkan players right now. So I mean, only time will tell. But like always, guys, just be safe out there. Don't walk outside without wearing a mask. Definitely always wear a mask. Don't forget, there is spikes kind of starting all over the US. And I mean, just be careful. And like I said, just go down there, hit that like button, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And like always, take care, and on to the next one.